This week on the Plywood Palace, we're at Grove Park Inn at the Antique Car Museum.
Hey everybody, I'm Heath Towson. I'm one of the docents here at the Estes-Winn Antique Car Museum. This is a museum that showcases the collection of one local Asheville person, Harry Blomberg, who is famous for starting Harry's Cadillac in Pontiac, as well as being a very important entrepreneur and philanthropist in Asheville. He got started in the automobiles business in 1923, and by the late 30s, 37, was able to secure the Pontiac and Cadillac franchises. By the early 50s, this gave him a good fortune to invest in commercial property, and he ended up buying the campus that we're standing at today, Grovewood Village, which is home to the Grovewood Gallery, Estes-Winn Antique Car Museum, a number of artist studios, as well as the Homespun Museum that tells the story of homespun woven fabric that was originally woven here. Mr. Blomberg bought that business in 1953 and decided to turn this into more of a living museum. And in early 1966 established the car museum on this same campus, keeping the weaving going on a small scale. And this car, this is another Asheville car. This is one Harry he did sell brand new in 57, and this is pretty neat. It's got, the interior is all original. This has been repainted one time in the 90s at Harry's Body Shop. I was fortunate to meet the gentleman that painted it in the mid-90s, and I think it was with like DuPont Imron. So it is an electric power closing trunk, memory seats, AM FM radio, air conditioning, cruise control, self-leveling air suspension, auto dimming high beams. And this was bought new by a lady in Asheville that was 81 at the time of her purchase. It sounds really good. Still nice and solid. Okay.
And it ended up being with the Buick store.
Oh, wow.
It didn't last very long.
And what's kind of funny is it has one mismatch spark plugs. There's one Firestone, and then it's got the rest are Champion. This was pretty cool. The gentleman's grandson, so the guy that bought this car originally, this is a one-owner car, and his grandson came in last week to talk to us, and this was bought new in New Jersey, up in Westminster, New Jersey, and the gentleman that owned it was a judge, and his first new car was a 29 Packard, and so he had that he kept, and this 1940 Packard, and his son was a guy named Bob Beard, and he came down to Asheville to be the head of advertising at our newspaper, the Citizen Times, and became good friends with Harry, who was placing a lot of ads in the paper for Harry's Cadillac. And eventually, when his dad got pretty old in 1968, he sold this car to Harry. But they drove this in the 29 Packard all the way down from New Jersey in 68. And Bob kept the 29 Packard and sold this car to Harry. So it's been in our collection. So you'll see a New Jersey inspection sticker and a Princeton Tiger sticker in the back, which is where Bob went. And Bob was good friends with my dad in the Civitan Club. And when I was a kid, he took us on a ride in that 29 Packard.
Wow.
And I didn't know it was the same guy. And so I'm messaging with his grandson. He sends me a picture of this 29 Packard. And I'm like, I know that car. Like, I've ridden it. And he's like, oh, this is my dad's car. He used to take people on rides in the neighborhood. And I'm like, was he in Civitan? He's like, yeah. And I said, oh, my dad was good friends with him. And he took us out probably in the mid-90s in it.
Oh, wow.
And so it just was really cool, kind of full circle to have it. This is our 1922 American LaFrance fire engine, and this is a pumper truck. We did have a couple of tiller and tanker trucks as well, and this was delivered brand new to the city in November of 1922 by train car. So it came down to the Southern Rail Depot with an American LaFrance representative that would train our fire department on how to operate it. And this truck has a pretty incredible history. It was one of 6 different American LaFrance trucks purchased by the city during the decade of the 1920s. And it started its life down at station number 1 in Pack Square, and then moved later on to, I think it was station number 3. I probably might get corrected on that, over on Merriman Avenue. It's the Douglas Ellington Fire Station. It has served the city from 1922 to 1965, when it was traded back to American LaFrance for a new fire engine and was sold to our museum founder, Harry Blomberg, in 1965. And then he commenced a full restoration on it in 1979. And all of the technicians are listed here on this little plaque we have. And the group was led by this gentleman, Bob Allen, who was one of Harry's salesmen, but also was very involved in the Antique Automobile Club of America, specifically the Blue Ridge chapter, and helped supervise the restoration and get parts for this fire engine. We've had to do some work on it since that restoration in '79. So last summer we had to reband the wheels, restore those, paint them, and then we put a new set of tires on it. Just the tires that were on it were an older set of retread tires that were kind of beyond their life, and one of them ended up having a blowout in the summer of 2023. So we decided to go fully through that. This truck is got a bigger engine, so they had an inline 4-cylinder. This is a T-head 6-cylinder, roughly about 572 cubic inches, and we ordered the best of the best in '22.
When was the paint done?
So the paint was done in '79 by a technician. His name was Ung Sung Kim, who was a Vietnamese painter here in Asheville that worked at Harry's Body Shop, and he did all of the lettering, gold leaf work, and painting on it throughout the whole truck.
And this is the only one in the museum that's chain driven, right?
That's right. Yeah, it does. It is chain driven. So if you walk around to the back, you'll see chain drives on both sides, as well as it does have a cable-driven speedometer off of the passenger side wheel. There's a couple different things that are kind of unique. This is also the only right-hand drive, second right-hand drive vehicle in the museum. We have a right-hand drive MGTD, and there's a lot of differing opinions on this. Some people will say American LaFrance put the steering wheel on the right-hand side so you could see the fire hydrant as you pulled up to the curb more easily. I've been told that it was kind of before steering wheels were standardized on one side or the other. So probably a lot of different ways you can dive into the history on that.
Anything particular on the headlights?
So
Illumination?
these are said to have German silver. I don't know what the dimensions of them are. At one point, this truck was converted to seal beam headlights, and I've seen an earlier picture of it, and then the original headlights were put back on.
That's
one
good.
thing that's kind of neat over here, there's another piece of Asheville history. He's up on this kind of headache rack. This little plaque was installed in 1922 and never removed. So this was our mayor at the time, Gallatin Roberts, who's kind of infamous in Asheville history as the man who, he didn't start a lot of our financial problems, but he also came into office when they were going on and was kind of doctoring the financial statements, hoping that things would catch up, and ended up taking his own life after he was indicted for financial fraud.
All right, so show me which one is your favorite.
It's all the way in the back.
All right, so why this one for you?
I just think this is the pinnacle of luxury for 1926. I mean, look at the drapes. And just the jump seat. You know, it's is that an ashtray there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the call bells are here on the B pillar. Even if I was the chauffeur, this would have been cool.
Very neat.
If you could only take one home, which one would it be?
I've got it down to 3.
3?
Okay.
You can only take one.
All right, I've got it.
All right, which one?
Come on up front.
Up front? All
Yeah.
right, let's go.
The LaSalle Fade, I think is my choice.
All right, why?
I guess pretty much for the same reasons that you like the Cadillac. It's just luxurious and big and comfy and unique.
27 LaSalle was custom ordered by a gentleman here in Asheville named John Lang, and his father, John Lang Sr., owned a company called Western Carolina Auto Company that was an automobile dealer in downtown Asheville on Market Street, and he custom ordered this car. So it's known for having the tri-tone paint job, so we have kind of a darker red and oxblood red and black, as well as the oxblood interior. And it also, he ordered it with the solid disc wheels, which was a $150 upgrade for the LaSalle. And it has been in Asheville its entire life. So it was delivered here in June of 1927 and sold at the Western Carolina Auto Company. And then his family thinks that maybe during the Great Depression it was hidden away because they were afraid of the vehicle being vandalized. And so it was put down in the basement of his father's hotel, the Landgren Hotel in downtown Asheville, which was one of our first fireproof hotels, and is where the AC Hotel is located now at the corner of Biltmore Avenue and College Street, across from the Hotel Aris. And when the Landgren Hotel was being demolished in 1964, this LaSalle as well as the black Chandler in the back were found in the basement covered in Venetian blinds. and were sold to Harry Blomberg, museum founder. But this was only one of 2,500 Phaetons, which is the convertible produced in 27. And it just, with that local history, is incredibly rare. So, and we're open 7 days a week, 10 to 5. So come see us. The only time we're closed is January through March for the winter season.